Welcome to OpenText Output Server installation with internal Postgres database. OpenText Output Server provides reliable documents delivery across the extended enterprise to output destinations such as print, fax, email, web, and file. Here we will go through the standard installation of OpenText Output Server version 16.6 on a Linux machine with internal Postgres database. For this, the prerequisites are a valid output server license file, Postgres with OpenText provided tar file, open source package, data direct ODBC drivers. There would be a separate video which would cover all these prerequisites in detail. To install Output Server, the package will be available on Microsoft Teams shortly, whereas post 16.6 release, it will be available on OpenText My Support page. Next, we will look into the steps to install Output Server using internal Postgres. Log into a Linux machine and navigate to the path where Output Server package is located. So these are the files that are available in the Output Server package. Do not use system generated Perl. It is always recommended to use the Perl that is provided with the package as it would contain Output Server configuration changes. We use setup.pl script to start the installation. Now we will begin the installation by running the setup script. On running the setup script, we are prompted with two options. One is to install OpenText Output Management product components, or two is to uninstall. And every time we choose an operation, it prompts a default option. If we want to go with the default option, we can hit enter and continue, or we can enter other available options and proceed further. And also we can use the same setup script to uninstall Output Server, where we will choose option 2. Now we will begin the installation by choosing option 1. Next we need to choose a package of Output Server or Output Server client only. So we'll go with Output Server, that is option 1. Here we need to select the type of installation. So we are going with standard installation, that is option 1. Next we need to specify an operation of whether it is a license setup or fingerprint generation. So we'll go with option 1 where we will provide a license file. Here we need to enter the full path of the license file along with the file name. So this license file will have to be a valid one. Otherwise you will not be able to proceed further and you will be prompted to provide a valid license file. Next we need to enter the path where we want to install Output Server binaries. You could choose a path of your choice. I have provided this path. The directory does not exist. Do you want to create it? Yes. Next we need to enter the path where we want to install Output Server instance. So here we can see that it has prompted the same path that we have provided for Output Server binaries. So we'll go with that. Next is to enter the path where we want to store Output Server log files. So it will create a log folder under the path of Output Server instance. So this log folder will contain all the log files. So this directory does not exist. Do you want to create it? Yes. Next is to enter the name of the user who will own the installed files. You could enter the username of your choice. I'll go with the default. Do you want to restrict access to the server binaries to other users? No. Do you want to create a set of default servers? We'll go with option 1, yes, where it creates primary servers and one default server for each delivery server. Next is to enter Output Server domain name. Again, you could enter domain name of your choice, but just make sure that it starts with a letter and it can contain letters, numbers, or other specific characters. So I'll go with the default. Next, we need to enter Output Server NM port number. So the port number has to be in the range that is given here. So I'll go with 4015. Next, do you want to configure advanced server options including firewall and multi-network interface card support? No, we'll not go with the advanced options. Next, do you want the setup to start the servers at the end of installation? Yes. Next, we need to select the type of database that we want to use. So we'll choose option 1, that is Postgres. Next, do you want to use OpenText Postgres server package? So this option is for internal Postgres, which is a OpenText provided DB bundle, that is a tar file. So here we need to enter the full path of OpenText Postgres server tar file. So I've entered the path. Next we need to enter the port number for Postgres database server. Again, it has to be in the range given here. Next we need to enter Postgres username. You could give a username of your choice. I'll go with the default option. Next we need to enter the user password for Postgres. Re-enter password. Next is to enter the install path for ODBC Postgres driver. So this is the path. Make sure that ODBC driver is installed prior to Output Server installation. Next is to enter the prefix for Postgres database name. So you could enter any prefix of your choice. I'll continue with the default. Next is to enter the full path of open source package tar file. So this tar file contains all the open source softwares that have been used in Output Server. Do you want to enable encryption for Output Server? Yes. So after choosing all the options, we can perform a pre-installation check here, where we can review the installation and configuration options. So if the installation and configuration options are correct, then we can proceed with yes. Or if we need to make any one or more changes, then we can enter no and make those changes and then proceed further. Since all the options that we have entered is correct, we'll proceed with yes. So it has started. os.pkg extraction. Open source package extraction is successful. It is configuring Postgres. Now it is configuring primary servers. Now the delivery servers have been configured. So installation has been completed. Here we see OpenText Output Server 16.6 server successfully installed and configured. Next, to check the status of the servers, we will have to source the environment first. Checking server status now. So here we see all the servers are running. So this will list the status of all internal servers. Next we will check the output server version. So it is OpenText Output Server version 16.6 and package 10 that has been installed. To view all the configuration and installation details, we can use list host command. It will list out all the details here. So with this we have successfully installed OpenText Output Server version 16.6 on a Linux machine using internal Postgres database. Thank you.